Hello class, today we'll be doing your guided lab 3 for IS 2010 Spring 2025. To find this assignment, go to your modules tab under week 3 and find your lab 3. Okay, the things we'll be going over in this Excel project is first, create, size, and position a chart object, apply chart styles, modify chart attributes, changing chart types, and creating Sparklines. For statistics, we'll be going over frequency and relative frequency. First thing that we should always do when starting the lab is download our Excel workbook. So go ahead and download it. Go ahead and open it. The first thing that we should be seeing is this saying that we need to rename our file as our UID underscore lab underscore 3. If you do not do it this way, you will be losing points. Okay, go ahead and press enable editing. Go ahead and rename your file. So go to file, save as, browse a place where you can find this. And go ahead and rename it with your UID underscore lab underscore 3 and go ahead and press save. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off, let's go ahead and select the sales worksheet. To do this, go to your bottom left of the Excel sheet and press on sales. And now we should be seeing bicycle sale as our prompt. Now let's go ahead and analyze this model or this chart here. We have our model of bikes. We have our frequency of each model, and we have the total. Next thing we have to do is that we have to create our relative frequencies for each of these models out of the total. To do this, go to cell C4, better press equal to start a formula. Select your cell B4, divide by our total, which is B9. And the next thing we want to do is go ahead and either manually absolute our values or go ahead and select your formula bar up above and press F4 or function F4 to make everything absolute. Once we do that, we have 21.54%. And next thing we should do is that we want to drag it all the way down to our total. So what we can do is go ahead and double click on this green square right here, and then just drag it one more time down to give us our answer. Now, if we look at our cell C9, we need to bold it. So go ahead and bold. There you go. Now, before we move on, make sure that our column C is in the percentage format. To make sure that it is, let's go ahead and go to highlight our cells, go to the home main menu, go to the number category, and you see this drop-down menu right here. Go ahead and make sure that you have the percentage selected. There you go. It should look your sheet should look exactly like mine or the picture provided. Moving on, we now want to insert a cluster column type bar chart. So go ahead and select your cells A3 through B8, A3 through B8, and go ahead and go to our insert main menu. Go ahead and go to our column chart right here and select the first one. It should pop up with this bar chart right here. Now next thing we want to do is that we want to reposition it. So the top left of the chart is in the cell E3 or in line with our other data over here. Okay. Next thing we want to do is that we want to rename the chart. So go ahead and double click on frequency. Go ahead and edit this and type in bicycle, sales frequency. Yep. Go ahead and click off. And now the next step that we want to do is that we want to change the chart design. So go up to the top, we should now see that we have a new main menu tab called chart design. Make sure we have this one selected. And make sure now that we select a chart style that we want. To make it consistent, I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. So it's similar to the one that we have in the picture provided to us. Okay. Next thing we want to do is that we want to insert a pie chart. So we're going to select our cells A3 to A8, hold Control, and select our cells from C3 to C8. go ahead and go to our Insert Main Menu tab, and then go to the bar chart pie chart right here, and select 2D pie. It should pop up with this pie chart right here. Now we just need to go ahead and move it underneath our other chart. Go ahead and change the name of this again. So now we just needed to say bicycle sales relative frequency. So we're just going to add in the words bicycle sales relative frequency. Now we're going to go ahead and change our chart design. So go ahead and go to the top again, go to chart design, and select our chart style. Right. Choose this one, keep it consistent. Go. Now your pie chart should look like mine. Next thing we want to do is that we want to go ahead and make a copy of this pie chart so that we make it a 3D pie chart instead. And we want to also show that this 25% is what's being highlighted by blowing it out of the pie chart. To do this, go ahead and do Control C. Go ahead and then go to cell E32, Control V, and now we should have a new chart of the same one. We now want to change our chart style to a 3D pie chart. To do this, make sure that you have this chart highlighted. Go to our chart design tab, and then in the type category, choose change chart type. And now it should pull up this change chart type menu. Select this 3D pie over here, select this one, and go ahead and press OK. We should now see that it kind of changed a little bit to a 3D pie chart. Now to be able to edit our pie chart to pop out this 25% over here, go ahead and double click on anywhere on this pie chart. It should pull up this format data series. And next thing we want to do is that we want to press on our 25% purple over here. So now that is only selected. And we want to go ahead and set it to 15% point of explosion. There you go. Enter. And we just see now that this section of the pie chart has been separated from the rest. Your Excel file should look like mine now. If it does not, please go back and double check your work. Ready to move on to the next part. We now want to go to our Visits Excel worksheet. And now we're going to be doing our relative frequencies, and we're going to be creating sparklines this time. To do this, first thing we want to do is select our cell C4, and we want to go ahead and calculate the relative frequency. So go ahead and press equals B4, go ahead and select B4, divided by our B9, which is our total, and then go ahead and make it absolute. And now we need to drag all the way down to our total so that we get our 100%. Make sure that it is in the percentage format. To double check again, go to the home main menu, go to the number category, and make sure that you have percentage selected. Next thing we want to do is that we want to create sparklines. To do this, first thing we want to do is highlight our cells B14 to F14. Go to our Insert Main Menu tab. Now we want to go ahead and pick our sparklines category over here. Choose line. Our location range, make sure that you have this selected. Go ahead and select our cell H14. Go ahead and press OK. And what you see, we have now a sparkline. And now we just need to populate the rest. To do this, just go ahead and go to the green square and drag. There we go. This is the end of the worksheet for Guided Lab 3. So make sure that your work looks exactly like the pictures provided or like mine. Don't worry if these are 2 decimal points, like this one over here. You will not be docked for it. The next thing we want to do is now we want to turn in our Excel worksheet. So go ahead and close this. Now we want to go ahead and upload a file. So make sure that we go ahead and find our file. Open and make sure that we are also turning in an Excel workbook. I do not want to see any screenshots or images, please, or else you will lose points. Go ahead and press open. Once it's check marked, we are ready to submit. And with that, we are good. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.